Hi, welcome to our breakout session on the top 5 habits for a great account health. I'm Brian Coffin, Senior Manager, Program Management for Account Health, and I'm joined by Jasmine Sang, Global Process Owner for Account Health. My team has had thousands of conversations with sellers just like you all around the world about their account health. We want you to have awesome account health, so we're here today to share important tips and best practices for maintaining strong performance while building your business on Amazon. In this session, we'll be covering the top 5 habits for maintaining great account health. We'll highlight the latest tools and features for you to proactively manage your selling account on Amazon. We'll also share useful tips for staying ahead of defects and provide advice on how to avoid common pitfalls and the risks of deactivation. The 5 habits we'll cover today are 1. Monitoring your account health page. We encourage you to set a regular cadence to review and address your selling account's health. Our second one will be owning your order performance. Meet your promised metrics for shipping, tracking, and delivering orders on time and as promised. Our third habit will be understanding restricted products. We'll help you identify the products and circumstances where products may be restricted for sale on Amazon. Our fourth topic will be customer product reviews. There are right and wrong ways to request product reviews from buyers. And finally, we'll cover product authenticity and intellectual property risks. It's your responsibility to make sure that the product you're selling is authentic and doesn't violate brand owner intellectual property. I'll cover the first habit, and then I'll pass it over to Jasmine to address the other 4. Then we'll return for a quick review before we take your questions. Over the course of this session, you can submit them to us directly through the event platform. Just type them into the Q&A box, and we'll answer as many as we can. All right, let's dive into the first habit with a quick overview of the Account Health page and why it's your most important resource on Seller Central for account health. There is a dedicated page within Seller Central for you to monitor your account health. Your Account Health page equips you with the tools you need to monitor the performance of your overall customer experience. From cancellation rates to policy compliance, you're able to instantly see how your account is performing. It is a consolidated view of your overall account health performance, with indicators to help you understand when important factors require your attention. Your Account Health page in Seller Central provides visibility into your account's adherence to Amazon's policies across 3 categories. The first category being customer service performance, the second, policy compliance, and then shipping performance, as well as a new Account Health rating, which represents a holistic indicator of your account health. You can find your account health information through 3 main avenues. First, access the full functionality of your Account Health page via Seller Central through your internet browser. For account health information on the go, check your account health via the Amazon Seller mobile app. Or plug into Amazon Marketing Web Services via the Application Program Interface, otherwise known as an API. So, here are 6 quick tips to maximize the value of your Account Health page. First, let's create a habit to regularly monitor your account health. The Account Health page banners can help you alerted to any performance changes on your account. Second, strongly recommend that you set a calendar reminder to review performance on a regular basis. Third, update your emergency contact information. If something goes wrong with your account, we want to get a hold of you and prevent disruptions to your business. Fourth, don't filter out Amazon emails. Update your email client settings to ensure Amazon emails are routed to your inbox. And fifth, use the Amazon Seller app to monitor your account health while on the go. And finally, let's address those violations immediately. Take quick action to address any policy violations or performance issues. Your Account Health page gives you a portal to address defects immediately. You can appeal directly through the Account Health page and be prepared to dive into the details. Think critically on how you are going to solve the root cause for each issue. Finally, you may need to address defects with supporting documents. Address defects by submitting documentation, a plan of action to resolve the root cause of the defect and prevent similar defects from reoccurring in the future. Now I'm going to turn the presentation over to our subject matter expert, Jasmine.
Thanks, Brian. Order performance metrics serve as a way to monitor and ensure you're delivering on a great experience for our customers. Order performance metrics fall under two major categories: customer service performance, which contains your order defect rate, which are defects that detract from a positive customer experience. You'll also find shipping performance, containing detailed metrics on your late shipment rate, which are orders that are shipped later than promised. Next is your cancellation rate, which are cancellations made by you before the order is fulfilled, as well as your valid tracking rate. Customers want to know where their stuff is, so this metric helps us make sure we can give them an accurate answer. Now let's do a deeper dive on late shipment rate from the buyer's perspective. The late shipment rate, or LSR, represents orders shipped after the expected shipping date. Let's say your customer is shopping for a present for their mother's birthday, and they choose a particular seller's listing over another because it offers a faster shipping date, which is perfect because they need a rapid turnaround. If this product is shipped late, they'll miss their mother's birthday, or they'll be forced to rush out last minute and buy somewhere else. This can result in negative feedback, returns, or a poor customer experience. Now let's flip to the seller's example. An up-and-coming home and kitchen startup is taking orders for the holiday peak season. They experience a sudden surge in orders. They only have 50 units in stock, but they received 200 orders. Not wanting to lose sales, they contacted their supplier and requested more inventory. But this resulting delay pushed their late shipment rate over the 4% threshold, and they receive an order performance warning. This seller was not prepared to ship 200 plus orders on time. So let's share a few tips to prevent this defect in your business. Tip number 1, ensure adequate inventory. The seller in our example input 200 units in Seller Central, but they only had 50 on hand to ship. Enter the inventory you're immediately able to fulfill. One buyer might buy all 50, or 50 buyers may surge simultaneously. Review your inventory and ask yourself, could I ship this full quantity on time? Tip number 2, manage your calendar effectively. Be aware of holiday surges and ensure your business can meet shipping demands of your orders. Also, be aware of weekends or interruptions. You may not be working on the weekend, but offers are available to buyers 24/7, which leads me to tip number 3. If you ever intend to be away or you're unable to ship your orders, place your account on vacation mode. Take that pause if you need to. You don't have to literally be on vacation to take advantage of vacation mode. It's a good tool to pause sales, whether you're going away on holiday or during times of unforeseen circumstances. Our last tip for order performance is to review your shipping and handling times. By default, your products will have 2 days of handling time from the date that the order is placed. This is a controllable variable. You can manually set the amount of time you require to ship a product, and you can adjust your handle time product by product, allowing more or less time to pack and ship each item. For example, a couch might require more handling time than a small accessory.
Great tips, Jasmine. What would you recommend for sellers who are balancing stock for their brick and mortar stores with their Amazon inventory?
That's a great question. They should input only the inventory they are confident that they can deliver on time to buyers. And that might require reserving a minimum amount to meet their commitments or limiting their product selection to ensure they meet customer demands. And this segues into our next account health tip. Customers trust that they can always buy with confidence on Amazon. Products offered for sale on Amazon must comply with all laws and regulations and with Amazon's policies. Restricted products are not permitted to be sold on Amazon. Violations of Amazon's restricted product policy are listed under policy compliance. On Amazon, the sale of illegal, unsafe, or other restricted products, including prescription products, are strictly prohibited. What is important to know about restricted products is sometimes rules and laws change. So let's look at a seller example to see what we can learn. Here we have a growing seller in the beauty products on Amazon.com. The seller is flexing her inner entrepreneur and expands her business to other Amazon stores. She sets up a selling account for Amazon.co.jp store and cross-lists her products to sell. 2 days later, she gets a restricted product notification saying a product she sold abroad has an active ingredient that's prohibited for sale in Japan. Although she was thoroughly familiar with her products that she listed in Amazon.com, she wasn't aware of Japan's particular restrictions of sunscreens. And in Japan, sunscreens are regulated as cosmetics. They must meet Japanese Ministry health standards, and the products require a specific labeling. So what can we learn from her example and prevent similar issues in the future? This leads me to our first tip. Tip number 1, know your ingredients. If you're selling in categories that are topical or intended to be ingested, such as supplements or vitamins, make sure you check the ingredients before listing, especially in a new country. Make sure chemicals or additives are not restricted for sale in the marketplace that you're listing your product. Tip number 2, check local laws and regulations. Laws differ from one country to another. Avoid assuming a product is compliant because it's sold in one Amazon store. In our example, the product might be permitted for sale in the US, but it could face restrictions in other countries. And even within the US, restrictions can vary state by state. Also be aware that laws and regulations can change over time, meaning products that you've sold for years could become restricted. Once you're aware of non-compliant products, it's best to remove these listings before they violate policy. Tip number 3, be responsible for your own compliance. You may also come across a listing that already exists in Amazon's catalog, but be sure to inspect whether or not it's compliant prior to listing under it. You will be responsible for ensuring your products are in compliance. And for our last tip on restricted products, don't take chances with your business. If you're ever unsure, get advice and counsel from a qualified legal professional. Amazon policies serve as a great resource to understand restrictions, but sellers are responsible for ensuring their products comply with all applicable laws, and even if the product itself is not specifically mentioned in our policies.
Jasmine, you raised an important point when you mentioned changing laws and regulations. Lots of sellers have been affected by Environmental Protection Agency regulations this year, which caused a surge of products to fall under the restricted products category. Can you shed some light on what happened and how sellers in the audience can prevent their products from becoming restricted?
Absolutely. This is a great example about how laws and regulations can impact sellers. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, considers products that make specific or broad claims to be antimicrobial, antibacterial, or antifungal as a pesticide claim. Even if these claims weren't restricted previously, any products that contain these type of claims will need proper pesticide certification. So the takeaway that we recommend is be sure the catalog that you have is up to date. You must ensure all products in your catalog are compliant, including old listings. And this brings me to our fourth habit on customer product reviews. Customer reviews are an integral part of customer shopping experience on Amazon. Customers use these reviews to learn more about the product, assess whether it fits their needs, and to make an informed purchase decision. Amazon's community guidelines have specific policies that are meant to protect the authenticity of customer reviews. As a seller on Amazon, you must comply with these policies and report any violations that you notice. And here's some examples of customer product review violations. Posting a review on your own products or a competitor's product, offering third parties a financial reward, discount, or other compensation in exchange for reviews, and asking customers to change or remove their review or offering incentives for positive reviews. And lastly, inserting requests for reviews in product packaging or shipping boxes. Let me walk you through a case study of a common scenario about how manipulated reviews can bring negative impacts to your business. Then I'll share a few tips and suggestions on how you can proactively avoid this violation. A new specialty shoe retailer assigns a new employee, Alex, to their sales and marketing team. Alex heard from his friend that a third-party vendor could help him get a group of buyers to test buy his company's product and leave great reviews on Amazon. As a token of appreciation, Alex will refund the payment to the reviewers' accounts via PayPal. A few weeks later, they receive a warning for violating Amazon's customer review policies. How could they have prevented this from happening? Tip number 1, check Amazon's Seller Code of Conduct policy. Understand the difference between a neutral request versus a biased request. Avoid mentioning 5-star when you're requesting feedback. For example, don't allude, whether explicitly or indirectly, that you're only asking for positive reviews. An example of this would be like saying, if you had a wonderful experience, please leave us a 5-star review. This alludes to only leaving positive reviews. Tip number 2, ensure all employees understand the policy. In our example, Alex, although new, is still responsible for complying with Amazon's policies. And any employees that are not adequately trained can open your account to risk. And finally, you should extend that same scrutiny to third-party contractors or external partners. So let's say Alex was trained. He might not have known what that third party was doing to obtain these positive customer reviews. Anything third parties do on your behalf can also put your account at risk. So you must understand, who are you doing business with? How are they operating? And whether they're compliant with Amazon policy. And this takes us to our last category of the presentation: product authenticity and intellectual property compliance. It's each seller's and supplier's responsibility to source, sell, and fulfill only authentic products. Prohibited products include bootlegs, fakes, pirated copies of products or content, as well as products that have been illegally replicated, reproduced, or manufactured. And this can extend to any products that infringe on another party's intellectual property rights. Now let's look at an example from a seller perspective. We have a small business that specializes in audio equipment and accessories. Their product is described in their product detail page as Alexa headphones. Now this product is receiving buyer complaints that the product is potentially inauthentic. The account health page now shows these listings as being deactivated due to these complaints. This seller may have set the wrong expectation with their detail pages, which brings us to our first tip. Tip number 1, review your product detail pages for any information that might allude to potentially authenticity or intellectual property concerns. The detail page is the first interaction buyers have with your products, and depending on your images, descriptions, or product title, you might be setting the wrong impression. Check your images. Your main image should not include any items other than your product. This allows buyers to see the product in its entirety. Additional items, branding, or text in a photo might give the impression that other things are included in that product or package. The main image must show the product for sale on a white background. Then additional images can show the product in use or in the environment from different angles or highlight different features. But let's look at a specific intellectual property risk. Exercise caution with logos and copyright. Don't use any trademarked or copyrighted images that you do not own. And remember, trademark also applies to brand names in the title or in the description. So for example, you can say ABC headphones compatible with Alexa because they're headphones that are compatible. But you shouldn't say Alexa headphones because they're not an Alexa branded product. And tip number 2, be proactive about your product documentation. Maintain records for your products in case you're ever requested to verify any offers. Keep a paper trail of your product sourcing. You may be requested to provide this documentation, so having it on hand can really reduce any downtime for your listings. Make sure your documentation meets requirements, and some requirements include addresses and contact information for both you and your supplier, descriptions of the product in question and the quantities listed, pricing details can be redacted, and recent invoices issued within the last 365 days. And for our last tip today, make sure you can benchmark your suppliers against your high standards. Be wary of suppliers whose offers are too good to be true. Apply a rigorous quality assurance and insist on proper documentation. And if you sell branded products on Amazon, it's best to practice to source from products directly from the brand or from one of their approved distributors or wholesalers. Auctions or auction-style environments are not considered valid sources of supply. You need to validate a relationship to the brand, and some documents that can assist with this process are business licenses, brand authorization letters, having a location for a supplier's office or warehouse, and having a business bureau rating for that supplier or warehouse, and any other sources of information that can speak to the credibility of that supplier. And finally, be aware that some products may still require explicit permission from the brand in order to sell their products on Amazon.
Thank you, Jasmine. Before we take your questions, let's take a quick moment to recap the topics we covered and tell you how you can keep up to date with the account health resources beyond this session. Today, we talked about monitoring your account health page and setting regular cadence to review and address your account's health. We talked about owning your order performance and meeting your promised metrics for shipping, tracking, and delivering orders on time as promised. Jasmine spoke about understanding restricted products and identifying the products and circumstances where products may be restricted for sale on Amazon. She also covered customer product reviews and the right and wrong ways to request product reviews from buyers. And finally, Jasmine covered product authenticity and intellectual property risk and how to make sure the product you're selling is authentic and doesn't violate intellectual property. Be sure to continue your learning and leverage additional resources for account health information. Read seller news articles for the latest updates and announcements. Account health-related news is located at the bottom of your account health page. Reach out to other selling partners and Amazons through our seller forums. Review questions posted by the seller community and join in on the conversations most relevant to you. We encourage you to take time to educate yourself through Seller University. Here you'll find everything from educational videos to detailed walkthroughs on getting started with fulfillment by Amazon.